Hey, hey, anyone in the house? It's breakfast time. What have I got for breakfast? Ickle Diddy apple pies. Wow, welcome. Hello. Whoa, what a scream. Ah, lovely. Good morning. Shaders. Welcome to Breakfast with Blades, and yes, this morning we are doing a little chat about shaders. Having a bit of music, chilling out. Yeah. Get that out of the way, it'd be even more helpful. My music's a bit high. And I know why. Because I was listening to it the other day. That's better. I don't feel as though I'm competing with the music anymore. So, shaders. Anybody who watched yesterday's stream, I think it was part 4B, here on YouTube, will know that we ran into a problem at the end of the stream. And I didn't solve the problem. Not on stream, because I wanted to show how I went about tracking down the problem, even though I knew what it was. And nobody seemed to spot it, which was interesting. So I didn't get any messages in stream chat saying, hey, you've made a mistake, mate. You know, it's a bit glaring. And I will reproduce the code of yesterday. Space. Space. Okay. Run that code. Watch it work now. Don't you be horrible to me. There you go. Doesn't work. Now, take those spaces back out. Now try the program. Oh look, it works. So, this is the subject of this morning's breakfast show, I suppose. How to mess up with OpenGL. And you've got to be so careful it's untrue. OpenGL is not helpful if something goes wrong. You've got to know OpenGL quite well before you can get to the stage of just saying, oh, I know exactly what's wrong with this. I've messed up me locations, which is exactly what I said at the end of the stream yesterday. I messed up the locations, but still nobody got it. I even showed them that there were other locations that you can go for. That was interesting. It's a little interesting experiment on how would I go about finding the solution, because I don't have problems with OpenGL, I only have solutions. I know all the solutions there are to OpenGL problems. I've experienced most of them. A few I haven't, the ones I haven't I don't know offhand how to solve them. But I would have to go through a set number of steps to be able to narrow it down and get to the conclusion. So there we go, this is our little program. It's got, there you go, it doesn't go over walls anymore. I can't get out, as it were. It's not looking too bad. We could do more with the lighting. It's not doing exactly what I want the lighting. It's cutting it off a little bit too much, but no, it's not. It's doing well. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 view. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A bit more view that way. So yeah, that's about right. But it's a good demonstration of how the fog works. I'll show you what I mean. Without fog, things either appear or disappear. They're either there or they're not. But with fog, as you go away from things, they start to fade. I'm just looking at the colours to see whether they're fading to the correct colours. The lighting's still wrong. Yep, there it goes, it's starting to fade now. But eventually it will become the background colour. Is that more than 50 meters? No, it's not working. I've reset the thingies answer. Oops. But that's the clip plane. You can see a line. You shouldn't be able to see the line using the fog dynamics. And that means I've got my fog dynamics wrong. I've changed them. I was playing around with them last night. So, yeah. There's always that with me. Let's go to files. Just not bright enough. Yeah, I can't see a thing now. Right, let's try that again with the camera. That's better. That's proper fog dynamics. It's definitely fading. And you shouldn't see it go to black or cut off. There it is. Right, there's your cut off point. It's coming up now. It doesn't cut off. It just fades to nothing. So that's how it's supposed to look. Which is interesting, because when you look at the scene, it's been dulled. And the reason is the camera. And also the way that I've implemented the shadows. As you can see, there don't seem to be any shadows or shadowing, but there is. But we have faceting switched on, which means I've done it in the wrong shader. So you can't see the shading, which is exactly what I wanted. I only wanted the fog effect, not the shading, but the shading calculations are correct. If you transfer them over to the fragment shader, they are spot on. So let's talk about that. That's the correct version of that, I think. Okay. Now, usage of shaders. I could draw diagrams, but I'm not going to. There's something wrong on here. Just realised. No, that's right, bitrate's good. Lovely. So, vertex and fragment shaders. Anybody who's watched my stuff before knows that shaders are my favourite programming area. You can do so much with them. Not just in lighting, but in anything really. And, oh, thank you. Thank you, yes. We have somebody joining us, good. Vertex and fragment shaders. What's the difference between the two? Well, there's one, the biggest difference between the two is the vertex shader will run once per vertex, where the fragment shader will run once per triangle fragment. That's why it's called a fragment shader. So it's easy to see a triangle on here because we'll look at this bottom one here. The triangle is marked by the line going across, down to the corner and going up. So two triangles make a square. So for every single pixel that you see in here, the fragment shader has a run once. That's quite a few pixels. So if you place your code for lighting in the fragment shader, it has to do a hell of a lot more work. The vertex shader runs 1, 2, 3 times, and the fragment shader runs a good 1,000 times actually on that one. About 1,000 or so. So it's 333 times faster to run the code in, for that triangle, it's 333 times faster to run the code in the vertex shader. So why doesn't everybody use the vertex shader? Well, it's called faceting. We're only doing the calculation there, there and there. Whereas in the the fragment shader, you will do the calculation on every single pixel, and that gives you smooth shadowing. Where we only have one light value for the triangle. And the same is true here. As you can see, there's no shadowing. And that's because we're not running shadows across every single pixel. We are running shadows across large chunks of this object. So I can show it better in here. So here's our player, okay. So here's a triangle. Okay, but only for the points are we actually doing. Actually, this is a better triangle inside here. If I can get one. No, it's not showing all the triangulations, it's showing quads. That's a damn nuisance. So let's take this one here. There's a triangle there. And it's not going to be facing the light, probably. Actually, yes, that one is. This one isn't here. Where's the one that isn't? That one there. This one here isn't. So this will be shadowed. You would expect. But it isn't. Because we are still calculating across the triangle using the wrong things, basically. So you can see how much different things will look. The things aren't looking quite right still on the model. Which is a tad annoying. I'm just wondering if there's anything I can do about it at this stage. I don't really want to do anything about it at this stage, because if you can't spot there's an actual error happening in our shading, I can spot it because I know what it's supposed to be. Shift please. It from down here. No. I wonder. I switched the light on, didn't I? Oh, right, we're still in here. I remember doing something silly, which doesn't help. OpenGL has automatic lighting, and I enabled it. Let's go find it. Here it is. Alright. Does that help me now? Don't think it does. No. Not quite. We're getting too much light. It might sound stupid, but we are actually getting too much light. Either we're getting saturation, or something slightly askew. Can I see it better from up here? But you can see how fast this is. I mean, it's ridiculously fast. Can't really see it too well. The fog's doing its job. I can't see the faceting. As you can see, we're getting darker and darker here. We shouldn't be going darker. So our light position isn't moving properly. So at the moment, our light isn't moving. And it should be. It should be moving with us, and it isn't. Doesn't have to, does it? That's a very good point. Wow, that's just given me an idea, you see? This is why I do the breakfast shows. I've just had an idea for the light. We can cheat. Am I actually attempting to move the light? I bet I'm not. Oh, I have done here. That's really not needed. I'm going to take that out. For a second. Alright. That should cause us an error. Yes, it does. Good. Before we go into this, then, there's only one error. Fantastic. Yes, I wasn't doing it right. That's okay. I'm going to take it outside the loop. Well, where I'm going to place it. So 80 across. In the X direction for the map. We are 40 down. This is always great testing lighting situations. Where have I got my caps lock on? No idea. So if we're 80 by 40, the midpoint is 50. That's too high for me. I'm going to make it 15. 20. 15. Height of 15. Distance, this actually matters. So be careful what I'm putting there. Shift F10. Now that's better. It's still dark down here and it shouldn't be. And it gets lighter as we go further away. And it gets darker here. So yeah, there's something not quite right going on. You can see the shadowing effect. But that's where the light is corresponding to us. We should really put it in the middle then, I guess. That could even look stranger. But it does make quite a few different nice lighting effects. I know that it's not right. It's actually causing, like, that's correct. Got it now. Got faceting. We can show you. Just got it there. Look at that. So the front of the A is in shadow, which is correct. It looks as though everything's being reversed. It looks as though my normals are facing the wrong direction. Have I forgotten a minus sign somewhere in the equation? I bet you I have. You can see how the shadowing works. It shouldn't be getting brighter and brighter as we go that way. Remember, the light is not moving. The light is in the bottom right hand corner of the map. But you can see shadowing effects happen. And that one shouldn't be there at all. It should be directly above us now. And it's not. Damn, that's interesting. What? Pudding. It's breakfast time, yes I know, and I just fed him. Yes, I just fed him. So we're getting some very interesting lighting effects going on. I like it. It's done by mistake, but this is what I was hoping would happen. Something would happen by mistake and we would get something interesting happening. It's actually quite awesome. That's how it should look there. What we could do is place the lighting right over the centre. Right, let me just do the calculations in my head. To get lighting over the centre and for it to reach all parts of the dungeon would be 40 in the X, 20 in the Z, and it'd be 25. Gone. Totally gone. So yeah, the light's going somewhere different. Right, it's somewhere way over there now. Oh, light position's not right. How can it get so far over? Whereabouts are we in this dungeon? But look at that for shading there. That's perfect. That tells me the light is directly in that direction. And it's not lighting this side at all. Bring that back down. Actually, bring it right down. That can go back to positive. I think I'm starting to see what's going wrong. Well, this is what you have to do. You have to look at and know what to expect, really. I wasn't expecting that. Yeah, I know what's happening there, that's okay. We're too low. Yeah. Okay, take it up to 40. This is interesting. Oh, any chat? No, that's fine. Okay, double it. 80. That is absolutely insane. The lighting effects that we're getting. Yeah, there's something definitely wrong there. I wonder if I've messed up these two here. Because things aren't working out the way they're supposed to. Oh, we're sending it in via floating points, aren't we now? It's the attenuation that's giving us problems here. Okay, it's an interesting one to look at. There is a key move that I can make. Is this one. Always start the light at the player's position. So you know where it is. You're not guessing. Five meters up. Directly above the player. Okay. That's not right, is it? It's been offset somehow. It's as if we've got a directional light heading that way, at an angle of about 45 degrees. Yeah, but the shadowing's right now. That's an interesting one because that pool of light goes around here, which would be centered up here somewhere. And it's telling me here that the light is behind. If we go and have a look in Shift E, no, Shift Q. If we have a closer look at that with the shadows, this is all in shadow, which means the light is now behind it. We started the light off here. So if I place the character there, it should not be in shadow and it should be being hit at the front, and it isn't. It's being hit at the front now. So it's over here, it's reflecting somewhere. Yeah, we've got a minus offset somewhere. A minus around the minus. Why? Z. Oh my god. Our Z-axis seems to be reflecting. So if we took that and flipped it over to here, it would probably be right. And it's on the attenuation. Interesting. But you can see now how difficult it is to debug shader code. First of all, you've got to know what the result is supposed to be, not what you're trying to get. You also have to find an algorithm or mathematical way of performing the effect that you want and making sure your maths is correct. That is 100% required. So, yeah, if you're doing shader or designing shaders, one, be careful with what you do. And don't get discouraged by any effects that you do get. I'm just going to navigate. So what I'm thinking here is in our lighting equation, we normalise everything. One of these two is wrong. I'm going to try it again. I always like trying this one. Don't ask me why, but I always love to mess around with this one. See what kind of effects I can get. F10. That placed the shadow from over there to over there. Okay. Does that matter? Will that affect it? The homogeneous position. Yes, it does affect it. It just takes the light straight off. I thought that would happen. That matters. Good. I was right about that. Alright, what do we change? Control Z, Z, Z. La 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 la. Oh, thank God for that ability. Let's try cutting you out. Putting you at start. See what happens on this one. Just brought the shadow closer over. That's an interesting one. That should have made it all completely wrong. I should have broken it entirely. Actually, that was the effect I was after, but in the wrong place. Shadowing's working. Wow, this is phenomenal, but we can't see here. This has all gone dark. Which is totally right. It looks as though it's being placed right over there somewhere. Have I done something in the actual main code then? Have I altered it? No, I haven't. I haven't touched the variable at all. I'm setting it and never doing anything with it. So where's the centre of the light? Right, the centre of the light is somewhere over here. You can tell where the centre of the light is just by watching the shadows on the front of the A. Centre of the light. No, shadows. Centre of the light's actually over here. Yeah, it's here somewhere. Which is way, way, way off where we were. By a magnitude or two. Hold on a minute. That tells me that the lighting calculation is being done at the centre of the universe. Or somewhere near the centre of the universe. And not in the model position. But we did create this delta camera, and we also created the model position, which is where we wanted the light to go. Do we change? Yes, we do. Right, sorted that one. I know what's happening there. Okay. Control N, isn't it? Ah, yeah. Tab. And main.
Thank God that the brothers on the rise now.
Yeah, I think I know what's happening with this one.
Levitating now, I'm super duper fly now. London boy, but they see where I reside now. Put the time in while you always yelling time out.
Right, so calculating our light position here, main runtime, game that should be right. Alright, the thing I want to click on is player position. Yeah, it starts here. We set it to zero, that's just zeroing.
Everybody wanna do the same thing. That's why we ain't on the same page. Do my own thing and I maintain. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. I'm going mainstream. Flow like water, so
Create the
I'm going
dungeon.
mainstream. Yeah, I'm going mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream.
And as a side, didn't we just pass it in?
Mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. Yeah.
There. That's where we set the player position. As a side effect. And that's clever of me. I've never actually said it, have I? are you supposed to guess that one?
Took a swing at a wrecking ball and I prayed for my downfall and I found a way to reconcile, 'cause in my heart it's not worthwhile. It's a bloody battlefield where sun go down.
Okay, there's a side effect there. That needs to be noted. That has to go into documentation. Because how are people supposed to guess that? I mean, in the dungeon level bit's pretty damned obvious, but why the heck are we sending in the player position? Yeah, that's why. Shaders made, matrix is found, camera, light, action. Correct. That's in the correct order. And we don't change it anywhere else, but we do have... Alright, we have this here. Alright, okay. We have that one there. Which is shaders. That's GL Light 0, which I switched off. Can now go. It's not affecting anything. I wonder if we have to turn blending on. Never thought of that. Might help as well.
Do we say goodbye? Refuse to question why.
Thank you.
I'm just sad to say I'm sorry.
Right, I think that's roughly about all I wanted to talk about. Is there anything that you wanted to talk about? I just wanted to talk about the shadows, the shading, and my thoughts on it. I don't think the shadows are being cast correctly at the moment, but hey ho. I don't care. What I'm looking for is a graphical effect, not necessarily the correct way of doing something. So I don't really care what it does, as long as I can get control of it, which I can, a little bit, because I know there's some weird offsets going on. So where we go to lights, camera, action, I can just offset it. By X direction is too much. To the left. So I can probably offset that by just putting that in. It seems to be too high in the Y, so we can plus 10 on there as well. And you'll find that that might give a better result, for instance, all of a sudden. Just guessing at the offsets, and there you go. And instantly get a better result, but it's still not working because we're not following the player. So yeah, I'm going to keep playing around with that, and I'm going to see whether I can work out a nice effect for it, just to find out, you know, if things are going to be good, bad or evil. At the moment they seem to be a bit evil. So halfway across would be 40. It's plus 10, so that would make that 30. That would make that 25, which is the correct distance, the equation. And that'll just give us general vision from what I've seen so far. It gets a bit dark in this corner. It should get a bit dark in the bottom corner as well, which it looks as though it is doing. It shouldn't be responding to the numbers that I'm typing in the way it is responding to them. So I know that it's a mistake I've made, which is fine. I don't mind making mistakes, it creates interesting things like this. Oh, that gets, yeah, that's equal darkness. So you have to go to the four corners to check the darkness in the four corners. We can't get to that corner. Doesn't seem to be as much in this corner. I think we've got a directional light. Flashlight. I think we've made a flashlight, a big one. So yeah, I think that's a really interesting effect. It's not exactly what I wanted. So if we go to 60 by 40, should be coming towards what I wanted in the first place, which is a static light. I didn't want it following the player around. I wanted these dips, this shadowing going on, just not as much. That one I understand. Yeah, shadowing's gone on the bottom, which I do agree. Got shadowing at that bottom now, and not at that side at all. It's as if we're getting reverse light, inverse lighting. Did I do the inverse? I think I've forgotten to do an inverse function. I don't care. I'll have a look around that and I will catch you this afternoon as we're moving on. This afternoon we are going on to the next stage of ECS, our ECS system. And we are going to dig out the rules for the game, which I have somewhere lying around. And we are going to see if we can implement some rules. And I really want to play with these numbers, these are great. We should refactor, but that's tomorrow. So yeah, this afternoon in, what are we on now, 10? 2 to 3 hours, we are going to start programming. Probably 2 hours actually, about 12ish here in the UK. We're going to do some programming and we are going to be doing parts of the ECS system, which is the entity component system, which will drive our objects insane, probably. It'll probably drive me insane. But yeah, there we go. And that is Breakfast with Blades. I'm trying to do these each morning. Maximum of an hour. Just chats about things. If there's anything you want to chat about, you've got a couple of minutes, like 1 minute, to say it before I try and find a new pen. Yes, my Microsoft Windows is now driven by a pen. Thank God. So, there we go. Breakfast in Blades. Breakfast with Blades, all about shaders. So, I just wanted to run through a few things there, and I'm going to now sit down and mess about with shader code for about 2 hours, and then we're going to do the ECS system. So take care in the meantime, stay well, have some lunch if you get there. I don't know what time of day it is for you lot, but hey ho. That was 5A, 5B this afternoon. Okay, take care peeps, and God, it's easier using a pen. It really is. Windows. Seriously, stop using a mouse. Stop button. Yay!